Yeah, my question is the etheric plane where paradox is perceived?
I think it's a place where not so much paradox is perceived, but like duality is understood in a certain way, right? The yin and yang duality. It's not like a paradox.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like two halves. Okay, it's left and right side, so it's left and right. So not a paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A paradox relative to that would be that we are yin and yang, but we are not yin and yang because we are yin and yang. And that's a paradox. That kind of like makes your hair fall out. So what did he just say? Why did he have to say it like that? Right? All right, continue. Go ahead. It's good.
Yeah. So then, do psychic inclinations come from the etheric plane or the mental plane, or both, perhaps?
All the planes.
Oh, okay.
We have impressions from all the bodies. We're sometimes overwhelmed by certain impressions because of what the activities are that we're engaged in or feeling, right? You can be overwhelmed in the dream body and wake up from a nightmare or a very beautiful dream, right? And that's because it's this, let's say, perception of, let's say, one or another of the levels. See? Because you go to sleep, that doesn't mean it's just like a separate body. No, you can go to sleep and go to the etheric plane, right? And find yourself in a heaven, see? Of peace and simplicity, right? You can go to the astral plane and find yourself in combat. Or you can find yourself in the causal plane, where you're creating, where you're forced to look at karma and then recreate it. See, it's a time track. And you say, well, I did that. And then all of a sudden you're at a place in your dream where you can actually put it in reverse and redo it. See, but that's still in the dream body. So in the dream body, outside of your physical self body, you can recreate what you've done that needs to be recreated and fixed. It could be as crazy as, well, you had an accident, right, in a vehicle or something, and then you go back in time and redo it, right, so that you can't have an accident in the future. So you say, well, I had that accident, I see it, now I'm studying it on the causal level, I'm seeing all the details and experiencing all the dynamics of it, car backing up, car banging into me or whatever. And you say, no, you don't want that. You say, no, you control it. You say, no, reverse it. Yeah, I want to reverse that. I don't want that to happen. See? So that's a little bit mysterious. And that's the causal plane. And so you have different planes where different kinds of phenomena arise for you to fix, not only review, recreate. So in that case, we have really definite creative control over our inner bodies, if that's important to the person. Most people are not interested in it. So that sounds like science fiction, Tisziji. So yeah, very much so. Life is that. This is science fiction land here. Oh, it's crazy. So like believe it or not land. Weird things happen here. Comment on what you just heard.
Yeah, so then what, if any, is the meaning if if you're having dreams and say maybe the teacher your teacher shows up, your teacher shows up, or some kind of guide or someone trying to give you messages.
Could happen.
Can you? Yeah.
And it does happen. And sometimes they help you, they guide you, because ultimately the individual is the teacher. See, and when the teacher you're around is awakening the teacher in you. Not that you will become as good as your teacher may be, but you have that in you to awaken your level of what that teacher is, or what the teacher is in you. Because that's what you have to work from. Everybody's working from what they're given, what they're given to be and how they're given to do it for themselves. And then we see that, and we may not be able to do the same thing or do it the same way as the teacher or the next person, but we have our own way we need to do it. And coming from the heart, it's as good as it should be for you, the individual. It doesn't have to be like anybody else. Goodness is goodness. See? Greatness is greatness. See? Peace is peace, and love is love. See? And the heart is the heart.